I get a lot of questions asking if Audible's worth it or not. So in today's video, I want to talk about the pros, the cons, and then I really want to mainly focus on how to take full advantage of Audible so that you can tell if it's worth it for yourself or not. Because honestly, Audible isn't for everyone, but at least by the end of this video, you should know a lot more about it. Now, if you just found this channel, I'm Jason with Honest Finance, and I make a lot of videos on different topics that'll give your life and your finances more value. So feel free to subscribe if you want to, but now let's start talking about Audible. I've been using Audible for about 4 years now, and I love it for the type of reading that I do. Because I mostly read a lot of non-fiction books that are generally pretty expensive, and I don't have a lot of time to read, so audiobooks are extremely useful to me. Audible is the main source of audiobooks for me, but I do buy audiobooks on iTunes as well, and I'll explain why I do that in a minute. I'll quickly cover the pricing right now, but just know that I'm mainly going to be talking about how to get the most out of Audible, so just hang tight. Now you've got to understand that Audible is a subscription-based platform for audiobooks, but it's not unlimited like Spotify Music is. How Audible works is that you just pay a monthly subscription fee, and then they give you book credits that you can redeem for any audiobooks on their platform. And the cool thing is that every single book that they offer only requires 1 credit, and then they're yours to keep forever, even if you cancel with Audible. And that's a big deal because a lot of these subscriptions just let you borrow content, and then when you cancel, it's gone forever. Because even if you had a Spotify account for 15 years, as soon as you cancel, nothing is yours anymore. Now the most basic plan from Audible is $15 a month, and that'll get you 1 book credit per month, and then you'll get all the other benefits as well, as long as you're still subscribed. They've also got yearly plans as well, which are the best value, so if you do read a lot, then I would definitely look into those because as of right now, you can actually get credits for less than $10 a piece. And I do have another video that's mostly an Audible review, so if you guys want more information on pricing and stuff like that, then definitely check out that video as well. Now in my opinion, I'd say that Audible is 100% worth it if you at least read 1 book a month. But if you're a new member, I would give them a try right now because they'll give you 2 free audiobooks just for signing up, and that is freaking awesome. So if you are new to Audible, then at least get your 2 free books because they're yours to keep even if you cancel. I've got an affiliate link for the 2 free books in the description below, so go ahead and click on that, and I can earn a small commission, but it is just a way that you guys can help support my channel so that I can keep making in-depth videos like this one. Now I'll cover the pros and the cons of Audible so that you can tell for yourself if it's going to be worth it for you or not. The main benefit of being an Audible member is just the fact that you get the book credits for a great price, but they have a lot of other cool perks too. So as long as you're paying for a current Audible subscription, they will give you 2 free Audible Original books every month, and that's out of 6 that are going to rotate every single month so that you can pick different ones. Audible Originals also stay on your account if you cancel, so those are going to be yours to keep as well. Now I'll be honest that most of the titles haven't really interested me that much because I mostly read self-help books and finance books, which are never really an option for the Audible Originals. But if you are open to reading a variety of different types of books, then definitely check out Audible Originals when you're subscribed, because even I've found a few that are worth keeping. Now the best perk in my opinion for being an Audible subscriber is the fact that you're going to get a 30% discount on all of their cover price books, which is such a good deal. So basically, if you don't have any credits left over and you don't want to buy any new ones or wait for them, then you can always just get 30% off right from their bookstore for being a member, and that is a very good deal. And sometimes the books will even be cheaper than your credit's worth, so in that case, just buy the book for a cheaper amount of money and then save your credit for a more expensive book later down the road. Because if the book you want to buy is only $8 but your credit's worth $15, then obviously just buy it for $8 and save the credit for later. And as a member, they'll also give you access to their daily deals, so they're always going to have a really good book for a really good price every single day. And then on top of that, they also have monthly deals as well. And then just keep in mind that all of those deals that I've been talking about are only for subscribed members, so you're only going to get those types of perks if you're paying for Audible. Another really cool thing about Audible is they'll actually let you return books, which is such a good customer service feature. The current return policy lets you return a book within 365 days, which in my opinion is plenty of time to return any book for whatever reason. Because if the book just sucks or the narrator drives you crazy, then just return it through Audible's desktop site and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. Just remember that returns only work if you're actively subscribed with them, so it's not like you can just take advantage and return your books if you're not paying for a subscription. The Audible app is pretty cool too because you're going to have access to all of your books through their cloud and it's really easy to use. You can also sync up audiobooks from other bookstores so that the Audible app is the only one that you ever have to use. I've got an iPhone, so all of the audiobooks that I bought through iTunes will actually sync directly to the Audible app, and it's always easy to do. So overall, if you like to read, then I'd say that Audible's definitely worth it, especially with all of their extra perks, but you do have to be subscribed to have access to those perks. If you're not subscribed, you are going to lose access to all of the perks, but just keep in mind, like I said earlier, the books are yours to keep forever, even if you're canceled. They'll also be stored in the cloud as well, so anytime you need one of your books, you can always find them, even if you're not a subscriber. Now, there's only a few cons of Audible in my opinion, but they're really not that big of a deal. And if you've made it this far into the video, can you please comment down below and just say I'm still watching? That way I can still see who's interested in the video. Thanks. The first problem that I'll mention is that your credits do roll over if you don't use them, but eventually they're going to start to expire, and that's kind of stupid. Basically, you can roll over up to 6 credits per billing cycle before they'll start to expire. So if you had the 1 credit plan and you never redeemed any of your books for about 6 months, then around that time you're going to start to lose 1 credit per month because 6 is your limit. Honestly though, that doesn't concern me much because I'm always going to use up my credits before they expire, and I'm sure they're going to send you an email if they're going to do something like that. You'll also lose any unused credits that you have with Audible when you cancel with them, so just make sure to use up your credits before you cancel, but honestly, that's pretty obvious. Now, if you're an iPhone user like I am, you'll notice that you can't buy any books through the Audible app, which is so annoying because of the stupid contract disagreements. So even though it's annoying that you can't buy books directly through the app, you can always just hop online right on your phone and buy them through audible.com. However, I think that only has to do with iPhones, so if you're using a different brand of phone, then you probably don't have to deal with the same issues. And I've also noticed on the Audible app that you have to download all the books, so just make sure that you have a little bit of space on your phone because audiobooks are not the smallest files. I have a huge hard drive on my phone, so I could care less, but I just want you guys to be aware that I haven't found a way to stream any of the books. And even if I did find a way to stream the books, I still would want to download them anyways because I like to just be able to read wherever I am. And if I'm wrong about any of this kind of stuff, just comment down below and tell us how to fix it because this is just based on me using an iPhone and then the Audible app. Now, the biggest con of Audible, in my opinion, is that sometimes their prices aren't as good as some of their competition, but usually they are. Because sometimes I'll just end up finding a book on iTunes that ends up being cheaper than Audible's prices, even if you're using a credit. This definitely doesn't happen very often, but I always take a quick look at what the competition is offering, and you should too, because sometimes you're going to find better prices. Also, I know this sounds crazy, but you should check Amazon's prices too, because sometimes they're going to have a Kindle version that you can buy, and then you can upgrade it to an Audible version that's going to end up being a better price overall. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes you can get both versions of the book on Amazon for a cheaper price than Audible. And if you're not subscribed to Audible, I would definitely check out the other bookstores' prices, because if you're not getting the 30% discount for being a member, then a lot of the time their books aren't really that great of prices. And if you ever want to buy a book that costs more than $15 but you're not subscribed, then just resubscribe and use your credit, because that's always going to be the best deal that you can get on any platform. There are plenty of books out there that easily cost $30 or $40, and so that's where Audible makes the most sense. I don't really care who I buy the audiobooks from when they're cheap, but I'm always going to use Audible 100% of the time for the more expensive books, because that is always going to be the best value. Audible doesn't have a contract, so a lot of the time I'll just unsubscribe to catch up on my reading, and then I'll resubscribe whenever I need more books. And I've also noticed while I'm unsubscribed that Audible will send out periodic emails with big discounts to try to get me to re-sign up. It's not worth canceling just to try to get better deals, but just keep in mind that they are going to periodically send you out emails to try to get you to resubscribe. For example, I was just on their homepage and I saw an ad that said that they had $8 a month for 3 months if you resubscribe, and that's a really good deal if they're trying to get you back. So when I saw the ad, I was actually taking a break at the time, but I actually took advantage of the offer because it was worth it for the next 3 months of books. Because overall, in my opinion, I think that Audible is totally worth it, because for just $15 a month, you're going to get any book that you want, and it doesn't matter how expensive it is. Plus, you'll get the 2 free Audible Originals every month, and then you'll get the 30% off at their bookstore just for being subscribed. Now, the only reason Audible's not worth it is if you can't justify at least 1 book a month, but in that case, I just take breaks like I do. And then remember, as of right now, if you're a new member, you're going to get the 2 free audiobooks, and they're yours to keep forever, even if you cancel the membership. Now, I would recommend reading How to Win Friends and Influence People and Rich Dad Poor Dad if you want to start out with 2 books that can definitely change your life. And once again, I'm Jason with Honest Finance, and if you guys do want to watch the other Audible video that talks more about different pricing and stuff like that, then check out that video right there, and go ahead and subscribe if you're into this kind of information, but that's all for now.